Good morning, YouTube. Thanks for tuning back into another video. This is the one that has been long awaited for about the last month that we've been talking about it. We're actually going to the dyno right now. We are at racetrack getting a quick fill up on E85 and pump gas for the dailies. But we have the CRX all-wheel drive. Obviously right now we're dynoing in front-wheel drive, but the CRX turbocharged, filled with E85, ready to go. We're just getting some fuel real quick and about to head out in just a sec. While we're on the subject of getting ready for the dyno, a lot of people always ask me what exactly do I do to prep the car for a dyno. Most important thing, first and foremost, obviously you want to make sure that the car is complete. You can't have a half-finished car and take it to the dyno. Second, the very important thing for turbo cars, go all over all your clamps. And although we built this at home, a lot of them were loose last night because you just mock them up and sometimes you forget to torque them all the way. Very important for turbo cars. Make sure that everything's torqued. Inside, you want to make sure you don't have any exposed wiring or anything that's not going to be nice and neat. Obviously, we have to vacuum the car, but it's, fairly clean inside aside from that. Everything's looking good. Topped off with fresh E85 or whatever fuel you're going to be using because you don't want old fuel sitting around. Then over here, where you don't have any oil with us because we just did an oil change very recently. And obviously, the coolant is at a good level. Over here we have our little tool chest, and just to go over a few things with you to begin with, impact driver makes it a lot easier if you have to change something on the spot on the dyno. Just a little rag for your hands. I have 1/2 inch long sockets and 3/8 short sockets from 10 to 19 Hondas. That's what you'll need mainly. Then some wire strippers / cutters, some pliers, magnet, tire gauge, which we probably won't need, but in our case, we just have no boost controller on it right now, and I brought this one just in case, but we're more than likely going to be using some T's and just use like that. That way we don't rely on something that may break. We'll go into depth on that later at the dyno. Brand new set of spark plugs. We run the 2668s on this car. Brand new. It's also what's in the car. Those are still good, but once we get dialing in the car, we're going to put a new set into it. Silicone maker, basically some gray RTV. We have these trash injectors right over here, but we're probably going to use some O-rings if needed. And then we have the Bosch 2200cc injectors that we're going to be putting onto the car once we're ready to tune. Obviously, it's still on the small injectors from the last setup, as well as a 4-bar map sensor, which is on the throttle body, ready to be plugged in for once we actually get on the dyno. 32mm socket, Allen keys, more diagonal cutters or dikes, whatever you want to call them. Second drawer, I have self-tapping screws with a socket for that size. Then some miscellaneous sockets that we might need, like long 3/8, 14s, 12s, 13, 17, 10. And then obviously our lug nut key, just in case we need to take something off. Ratchet, knife. This tool I really like because it fits perfectly on the groove for the tensioner. And if you need to retension the timing belt, that fits perfectly. You can just use a 14 on that and it gets it perfect. Right here, just some wrenches. I have ratcheting and regular from 10 to 17. And then I have an adjustable on the bottom that can go all the way up to like 20 something down there. Pry bar, vacuum hose, the T's like we mentioned, screwdriver, hammer. And back here also a small adjustable wrench just in case we need to get something that we can't reach with a regular long adjustable wrench. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our tools. And it's nice to just carry this kind of stuff. Most dyno facilities will have tools, but if you can avoid having to use other people's things and just use your tools and exactly where you know everything is, then that's always a benefit, That being said, if you guys are new to the channel and are just checking out this video or have seen a few of the videos before and haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell. We do builds like this, which is an all-wheel drive Honda. We also do front-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Hondas. We like to have a bunch of fun and just send it, Poppy. So, like I said, comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you at the dyno in just a few minutes. All right, we just got the CRX loaded up on the dyno, strapping it down at the moment. Unfortunately, the 2200cc's, the injectors that we had out of the Integra, we were gonna run on this. We just put them in the flow machine to see if we could clean them out and see what they're looking like. They are fully clogged. So we're not gonna run those just because although we could probably clean them and get them to work, we just don't wanna risk having something clog up later. So we're gonna stick with the small injectors. They're around 800cc's. See what it makes on that setup, and then worst case scenario, I can always switch to a different one in the future. But we just really wanna make sure that the car is nice and safe for the time being. And we don't wanna do anything crazy. It's not a race car, it's a street car.
Not a race car. What kind of negative activity is that?
It's not a track car, excuse me. We're at 2828 Michigan Avenue, Dyno Solutions. Got a front wheel drive dyno over here and an all wheel drive dyno right next door. So if you guys are wondering where to dyno those types of cars, you already know. Look at the puppy. Oh, he's gone. We missed it. ¿Qué? Wheels moving a lot. First pull, sensor came loose because it was on the exhaust strap, and then got loose from there, but we're just tightening it down right now. Looking over the map and doing the necessary adjustments to actually do a first full pass. That's all bottom on the wastegate to the turbo, right in between the little T. Top one to atmosphere. What's up?
It's time to party?
I don't know, but the T's on there.
How much boost did it make last time? Probably like 8, if that.
I didn't even look, to be honest.
How much boost did it make?
1,000. Yes. Loud.
36 horsepower?
It's at 248 right now. We just got blow-off valve. Vice grip on there. Let's see what she made. She just made 275 now that we have the blow-off valve, a different one on there. Mine was leaking. It was wide open, even with the adjustment all the way in at wide open throttle. So it was blowing off the whole time. It wouldn't make any boost. So yeah, let's see if it holds this time. And now with the wideband, we should be able to get a good reading. Kept on blowing off. So now we have his wideband into my phone. We're gonna try to give it one more time. Well, we got the top pipe out. We're waiting for the welder to get here so we can fab something up real quick. That thing came flying off on the dyno.
Yeah.
That's eBay stuff for you.
V-band now?
I think so, with the tile. Ooh, he's starting that welding on there real quick. We'll be good to go soon. Here, we got the tile on. Shout out to the Fro man over here, my mechanic. And we got the tile on there right now. We're gonna get it set, and yeah, we should be pretty good. Ready to go. We've got the blow-off valve on there, and finally we can hold the pressure instead of be boost leaking the whole time. Back. first pull with the new blow-off valve. 321. Now that it's not leaking all the boost out of the blow-off valve.
With the booster
318. Looks like all the burnout stuff has made the clutch let loose. He's saying it's not holding.
So it's not holding the clutch right now.
Because we thought it seemed like tire spin, but we have 888s on it and it's pretty strapped down. So we're looking at the graph right now and it looks like the clutch is letting loose. It's a comp stage 5, but at the same time. But it doesn't. It looks like after all that abuse that we put into it, I don't think it's gonna hold. We're gonna do one more pass to cool down just a little bit, but the clutch is definitely slipping. We need something better. Yeah, 309, same. It's just slipping the clutch the whole way.
¿Verdad? Y mira lo que se hizo, se fue por debajo.
Ajá.
¿Lo ves? Por debajo, por debajo, por debajo, por debajo.
Wow. So we just stopped right here. It made about 309 with a hot clutch on a slipping clutch, basically. So if we actually dedicate it and put a good clutch into it, we're saying that we can make on this setup with the same injectors about 380 or 400. So we'll definitely be back soon. I just have to get another day off and get a clutch into it. We're definitely happy with it though. It sounds great. The boost is looking like really good. The head gasket's not lifting at all. You can see the coolant lines are still nice and soft. The car is super conservative right now, which is our biggest thing because we love driving this car on the street.
You want to drive it, Cody?
Driving the CRX on the Dyno. ¿Qué?
El sensor está malo.
¿Está malo el sensor?
Tú estás bregando con el diferencial y...
Flip my switch.
Driver mod.
You change the VSS. Hook it up. The foot down. The foot down. Ay, Alfonso. Alright, we got the race 2-step on for all-wheel drive. Let's see. That's what we're talking about. All-wheel drive, long 20 pounds from the get. I gotta mess with the idle on the screw a little bit, but man. Perfecto, perfecto. Me encanta. Okay. Oh yeah, 20 pounds on two-step.
20 pounds?
That's what he said, 20 pounds on two-step. Come out hard all-wheel drive. Shoot. What boost by gear? You want the CRX now? We did a little pool. I don't know if we got it on here, but we were on Instagram Live on Shane, so I'm trying to get the clip from that. We just put it back on the trailer, and there is a bunch of oil. Trying to wonder from what? Catch can right there. It might just be because it's tilted that much.
It could be.
I might just make new lines and set it right here or something.
Isn't this motor gap pretty loose?
Sure. Of course it is.
Of course. So, I mean...
Gap all our motors loose.
It's got some blow-by.
It's nice, though. We'll get that situated. A little clutch and one of those, and we'll be good.
Boy, she rips.
Oh, yeah. Hey guys, we're back in the garage right now. We're skipping forward maybe about 8 or 10 hours from the last clip. I actually just got home maybe 20 minutes ago. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning right now. After the dyno, if you guys are up to date on my Instagram at Slowintegra, you already know this, but after the dyno, I did some other stuff in Orlando, so I didn't rush home. Really happy with how the car performed today to begin with. We found what was wrong with it with the blow-off valve. Flew right off the car. We really were not expecting that to happen with the second one that we put on there. But then we got it fixed. We put the tile style with the 50mm flange, and that worked perfectly. Wasn't leaking any more boost. And as soon as we were able to get the boost in it, clutch went bye-bye. So there's definitely some stuff that we need to fix. Most importantly being the clutch. Now, I already have the twin disc action clutch for the Integra, and I really don't want to separate that. So I'm gonna look to see if we can like get another twin disc maybe for the CRX, or if not, maybe like an Iron Man from Action. That'd be really cool if we can get that into this, because we really want to have some good quality clutches on both of these cars. So we're gonna see in the next couple days if we can work something out for that. And aside from that, I don't think we're really gonna touch too much of the fuel. We didn't show the clip earlier because we just didn't record, but when we put the injectors onto the flow machine right before we actually wanted to tune with the 2200s, the 2200s were completely clogged, like super clogged. They couldn't flow anything. And obviously if we put it like in an ultrasonic bath, it would clean them out. And even Monstro himself said like if we could get it cleaned out, it would work. And it just would get clogged up again in the future. Apparently Bosch's aren't very good for E85. But to each his own. We used them on the Integra before and they worked fine, but we would always get them cleaned very often. So I'm probably gonna go get those cleaned, make sure they flow good, and then post them for sale. So then the next person, they know exactly what fuel to run and how to be up to their liking or whatever, and do whatever they feel comfortable with them. But definitely wanna get them clean first. That being said, we're probably gonna stick on the 830s for the time being. He said that we can make 400 horsepower with it, no problem, and it'd still be nice and conservative, just how we like it. And then worst case scenario, I might just get some Deca 2200s, because Decas don't clog up nearly as much as Bosch's. But the most important thing right now is the clutch. So we definitely want to do something like that, get a new clutch in there. As soon as we're done with installing the clutch and whatnot, we can actually get some matching tires for the front and rear and have the all-wheel drive with the drive shaft and everything on. And actually go back to the dyno and recalibrate it with a little bit more boost and see if she can make some more power. We personally think that it'll make about 400, and anything over nitrous, I wasn't even looking for a number. Anything that was boost, we were happy with. So 321 horsepower is the final number on there. 10 horsepower less than when we were nitrous, but you gotta think, guys, we destroyed the clutch over the last year to begin with, and the last event that I went to, Cletus and Cars, bro, we did a burnout for 5 minutes. Clutch kicking it like crazy, and on top of that, a bunch of pulls on that stage 5 comp clutch that just gave out, you know? You can't really be mad that you have wear and tear items like that. But like I said, this time we want to go with a better clutch, probably either an Action Ironman or a twin disc. We'll see what we can work out. But definitely want to get that in, and we'll actually be able to rock it. That being said, if you guys hadn't already subscribed when you clicked on this video, make sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell. We're going to be doing a lot more with this car. Super motivated for it again. And I have some stuff in the works for next month on the Integra, so guys, stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and hit the like button before you head out on this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.